And good afternoon to everyone, or good morning, depending on where you're joining us today. This is demo day for the Teens and AI France Hackathon, which is a bilingual hackathon happening for the very first time online in France. So we have had a lot of teenagers in the last week or so innovating in Discord, tackling one of the most pertinent challenges, education. And it's one of those challenges that we all are very passionate about. It's something that is very close to my heart. And many of you would know that this is really the time to disrupt education. So we have offered this challenge to the young people in France, but not only in France. Young people joined us from other parts of the world, Francophone countries, and even as far as Kazakhstan, UK, also from Mali, from Niger, and some other French-speaking countries. So they have been working for about a week with their mentors, joining also from different parts of the world to really help them with various frameworks like design thinking, AI technologies. We've also dived into business models, how to pitch, and just generally watch them all collaborate and work on something that they're really passionate about. The ideas and the projects were driven by young people. So it's a youth-led project. Everything is underpinned by project-based learning, and we all start with a problem at stake. And so today is really the end, the culmination of this process, the demo day where young people will be showcasing the projects that they have been developing for more than a week. And with me, Marina is our country manager, so she's joined me today to co-host this demo day. Marina, would you like to welcome everyone in French as well and just summarize what you have seen? This was your first hackathon online as well. It was not an easy one to manage, and it's a very small team in France as well. How do you think it all went, and where are the teenagers right now? And I obviously we have seen lots of stories and the mentors sharing with us what teenagers have been up to, but something from you as well.
Oui, bonjour à tous, à toutes et à tous. On est très heureux de vous accueillir aujourd'hui à cette journée finale de notre hackathon Teens and AI France. Donc, juste un petit recap de ce que Elena vient de dire. On a eu des équipes qui venaient bien sûr de la France, mais on a aussi eu des teenagers venant d'autres pays du monde entier. On a eu une équipe qui vient du Kazakhstan, aussi des enfants qui se sont joints à nous depuis le UK, Mali et d'autres pays. Donc, c'était très intéressant comme expérience. C'était notre premier hackathon en ligne en France qui était organisé par l'équipe française, et donc on espère que vous avez passé un bon moment avec nous. En tout cas, on voit que les projets que vous avez mis en place ou que vous avez construits, structurés, ils sont très intéressants. Et juste à titre de rappel, le sujet de ce hackathon était l'éducation, et donc c'est l'objectif numéro 4 des objectifs du développement durable des Nations Unies, qui est la qualité et l'accessibilité de l'éducation. Et c'était très intéressant de voir comment vous avez tous travaillé cette problématique qui est très large, et vous avez chaque équipe, vous avez trouvé votre angle d'attaque particulier. Et donc, nous avons tous hâte à découvrir vos pitchs, à découvrir vos projets. Et nous avons notre jury avec nous qui, eux aussi, on sait qu'ils ont hâte à découvrir ce que vous avez préparé. So, Yelena, I just quickly made an intro as well. And as I said, we are really looking forward to the pitches, and and we know that all our judges are also really looking forward to the pitches.
Absolutely. So today we have three incredible judges joining us from the most incredible companies as well. A couple of judges could not join us, unfortunately, due to family circumstances, but nonetheless, we have Annette Massima here with us from Société Générale, Claire Carmijan also from Société Générale, who are sponsoring this program, and we also have Peter, our co-founder of Teens in AI. But before we ask the judges to introduce themselves and tell us what they expect from each and every one of you today, we have a keynote from Lubomira Rocher from L'Oreal, who has recorded this in advance, and we're going to play this before we kick off the judging and the demo day. So, Harv, if you're ready, let's play that.
Hello guys, my name is Lubomira Rocher. I'm the Chief Digital Officer for L'Oreal. I'm super happy to be with you today and to give my warmest encouragement into what you have been doing, the journey you have been starting. So my journey, it started like 43 years ago. Now you know everything, you know my age. 43 years ago, I was born in Bulgaria, which at the time was on the other side of the wall, and I left my country, so I'm an immigrant, which is, I think, a very, very critical part of my story and who I am today. And I left my country at the age of 5, 6, and then I moved to North Africa, where I had the pleasure to live a few years in Morocco, and where I had the pleasure to learn many things. Learning has been always such an important part of everything. The day after I arrived in Morocco speaking Bulgarian, I had to learn Spanish because the school was in Spanish, and French because my stepfather was French. So this is how you start, and you challenge yourself and have a fresh start to everything. So after this episode, I went back to France when I was 12. And then a big part of my high school and college years were around music. I was passionate about music, classical music, Baroque music, to be very, very specific. Things like Monteverdi, Pergolese, Bach, Handel, and things like that. And I spent so many hours doing that. And what it teaches you, music, is something very important. First, it teaches you the value of hard work, very, very hard work. It teaches you the merits of repetition. You have to, even if you are very, very gifted, you have to repeat and repeat and repeat to perfect the gesture, to perfect the moment, and to become better and better every day. And it teaches you the performance, how to perform in front of a crowd, which you do also in these pitching sessions. And I'm sure you're scared, and I'm sure I'm scared by speaking to you. It's always a stress, but this stress is so positive. So music has been a big part of my childhood. I don't know for you, but it's not easy growing up, right? So I was a super introverted person. Like I was always I was lonely. I didn't have many friends. I had tough times being, sometimes bullied, but things like that, you forget them, and it gives you strength at the end. And so I was a dreamer. I was a reader. I was, lost in my books most of the time. And today, I'm a public speaker. So everything is possible, I guess. I discovered technology completely by chance. Like, it was, I had a love story with a guy at some point. And this guy was a hacker, was a tech activist. He was a serial entrepreneur. So this is how me wanting to become like, a civil servant at the European Commission. I ended up as an economist. I've been turned into like a tech career, and what I love about technology and about AI now is that it's profoundly something around problem solving. And I think if I had to say one quality that you guys have to develop, so many others, but if I had to say one quality, is to be a problem solver. there are so many problems. There are so many problems that are brought by technology, that are brought by the state of the world we are living in, from medicine to education, to poverty, to public debt. I mean, there are so many problems around us. There are so many things broken that our generation, in even more your generation, will have, I mean, the responsibility, the burden, but also the immense opportunity to find solutions. And I am absolutely convinced that design thinking, technology, AI, if they are well used, can bring solutions. And this is where I really count on you. And I think that what you are doing right now, participating in this hackathon, is something that makes me so admirative, so proud, so enthusiastic, because I see you, I mean, you are 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 years old. Me, at your age, I wouldn't have been able to do what you do, like to take this risk, constitute teams, try to understand and to answer to one of the biggest questions for humanity today. What dose of courage, of belief, of faith it takes to put yourself in danger as a kid or as a teen, and to go and have your voice and put your voice there and try to find solutions. This is something, you know, I think I wouldn't have been capable of doing that. And I'm so proud, I'm so admirative of what you do today. And what you are doing for yourself today is such an investment in your future. It's an investment because seeing what you have seen, this teamwork, this capacity to take a problem and to decompose it into steps, to bring different perspectives to the games, to frame the question, to understand the consumer journey. I mean, the journey of that, to be able to understand where are the gaps, where are the pain points, and to try to find the solutions around that, to work in multidisciplinary teams, to believe enough in yourself, in taking, you know, the floor and saying what you have to say. The capacity you have in 1 week to learn about design thinking, about business modeling, about AI, about ethics, this capacity to learn that you show today is your best passport for life. And, you know, I really want to say, and I hope you feel it, how admirative and how amazed I am by what you are doing. And I hope you will never forget what you did this week, because those are the skills that will serve you your whole life. And I'm sure you will do amazing things, all of you. Everything that you want. I'm not saying that there is one measure of success. I don't believe in that anymore. But I think that being able to do what you do today will put you on the path of your personal success, however you define it, because the route to personal success is to understand why you are there. What's your purpose in life? What do you want to do? What do you want to solve? What problems you want to go after? It has everything to do with building self-confidence in yourself, in your capacity to stand on a scene and say things to people, pitch a concept in 1 or 2 minutes that you didn't have a clue 1 week before, the capacity to create links and relationships within a team with people who have a very different perspective. And this is what happens every day in corporate life, you know. And those things that you have acquired this week are precisely the things that we, you know, like at L'Oréal, for example, as recruiters, we are looking for. But more importantly, you know, even beyond the career, even beyond the recruitment tips, this is something that builds you as humans that are responsible, accountable, but also creative, also passionate. Because, you know, life is a story of, you know, productivity, efficacy, etc. And this is what, you know, these big, you know, companies and corporations are looking for. But they also look for people who are passionate, who have a voice, who stand on their feet with convictions. And this is what you have been doing today. Again, I'm so admirative. I'm so excited. I'm so much looking forward to hear about the result of your work. And I want to wish you, all of you, each and every one of you, a fantastic life adventure, and really tell you how well prepared you are, because what you did today, what you did this week, is something that is absolutely amazing. So I wish you all good luck for everything, for life. and enjoy it, trust yourself, go for it, and be happy.
All right, so that was amazing, wasn't it? We've had the pleasure of recording this on Friday, and you will also hear Lubomira on a podcast. So do keep an eye on what will be coming out on the podcast, because you will hear a full story of how Lubomira really got into tech and the most incredible, journey that she has had. But in the meantime, today it's the demo day, and now is the time when I would love to invite the judges to turn your cameras on, say hi to everyone, introduce yourselves, tell us what you will be looking for today as well. And Annette, maybe we could start from you, please.
Thank you very much. I'm delighted to be back with you. We have all met at the opening day of the first French hackathon. And I'd first like also to congratulate you on the tremendous work you put into this hackathon, and that we have so many projects that are presented to us today. I'm thrilled, really to take the whole afternoon to see and learn from you what you came up with in terms of ideas to improve education. And as you know, us as judges, we will be looking at design and implementation. We'll look at your ideas on innovation, at the technical complexity, the social impact, your commercial viability, and ethics. So I'm just curious to listen to you and to learn from you. Thank you.
Amazing. So that was Annette, who you would have all met on day one, because she kindly opened the entire hackathon with us, which was absolutely incredible. And now we're going to go to Claire. So Claire Carmijan, I met you a long time ago now in London. It seems a long time now that I've heard your children are grown up or not babies anymore. And so it felt like, wow, I've known you for a while, for a long time. So, but it's such an incredible pleasure to have you now judge the hackathon. And so I would love to hear from you. Do introduce yourself, and what will you be looking for today?
Hi, everyone. I'm delighted to be with you, especially as today, you may know it, but it's Education Day in France. Especially in this difficult time where a lot of students are struggling because they cannot go to courses and they have to follow everything remote and online. But I'm sure this will change forever, how we teach, how we learn. And I'm super curious to learn about your solution, because you're the generation which is experiencing these challenges. And from this crisis will come a lot of innovation that will sustain support through the years, but also be an economic rebound for France. And that's what I'm looking for today. How can we maybe pick 1-2 ideas? The winner will come in Société Générale to pitch to all my team. And who knows, this project can go very far. And that's what I hope. Just a few words about myself, but I'm an IT engineer by background, and I actually graduated in artificial intelligence. And what's been very, really amazing through the last 10 years is how the power of the cloud have enabled us to compute data, and therefore how AI have managed to mature. And you know that better than anyone, but it's very impressive today to see deep fakes, to see how AI can predict. So there is good side and bad side of AI. Annette was mentioning it, but ethics is also something that is very important. And I'm very curious to hear from you how your generation can learn that from the young age, because as an IT engineer, I was lucky enough to really learn how social media works, data protection works, data privacy, and to implement that in my life. And I hope this have, give you some keys at least for your future.
Amazing. And we have a third judge. So Peter, do you unmute yourself and show your camera? Perfect.
Hello.
Introduce yourself and
Okay.
what are you looking for?
I was expecting you to have at least mentioned that I was co-founder, but sure. Hi, I'm Peter. I'm co-founder of Teens in AI. And much of what I was going to say has already been said by those before me. So all I shall say is that what I'm looking for is a good, like a solid proposition, which addresses a real problem that you can back up and some relevant technical solution to that problem. I shan't take your time much longer.
And Peter is also studying computer science at Imperial, so he will be looking at every single code of yours on GitHub, and he has received everything by email and would have already looked at every single line of code, no doubt, Peter. Thank you so much, judges. So without further ado, Team 1 is already on the call. Team 1, who will be sharing your slides, and I know 4 of you will be speaking, which is fantastic, and it's up to you whether you would like to have your cameras on or off. But just to remind you once again, we have only 3 minutes for every team and 2 minutes for the judges to ask the questions. All right, so it's over to you now.
Okay, I think Philippe will be sharing our slides.
Okay.
There we go. There we go. So
You're on the wrong slide. You need to get all the way back to the beginning. Yeah, perfect.
Right.
well, 1, 2, 3, go.
So we're going to be presenting our product Teacher Aid. My name's Alma and I've been working mostly on the user interface.
Bonsoir, moi c'est Charline, j'ai travaillé sur la partie du business model.
Alors bonjour, moi c'est Noé, j'ai principalement travaillé sur l'éthique et la recherche.
Hello, my name is Philip and I've mostly worked on programming.
So our problem is that us and the team, we've noticed that we were bored in class a lot, and this led to us having a less productive time in class. So we sent out a survey to a bunch of students, and they all did agree with the fact of being bored in class, but they all seem to want to do something about it. So then enter our website, which basically just opens up dialogue between teachers and students so that teachers can tailor their classes a little better. The AI that we're going to be using is sentiment analysis, which will be analyzing all the anonymous comments from the students and then give feedback to the teachers on whether the comments were more negative or positive.
Alors, afin que les élèves puissent pleinement s'épanouir sur l'expérience Teacher Aid, nous tenions à respecter leur intégrité et à leur proposer une plateforme où, forcément, leur liberté d'expression serait entièrement respectée. Ils pourront donc, au choix, garder l'anonymat ou pas, et ainsi librement exprimer leurs opinions.
Notre but principal, c'est de rendre les cours plus intéressants pour les étudiants et aider les professeurs à adapter leurs cours aux besoins des élèves. Pour ce, nous aurons besoin dans un premier temps, en termes de partenaires des ministères, précisément du ministère des enseignements secondaires. En termes de ressources clés, nous aurons principalement besoin d'un maximum de connaissances en termes de développement d'IA, des employés et de la connexion Internet. Nos principaux clients seront les écoles et les élèves. Donc, la relation qu'on va entretenir avec eux seront l'email qu'on va leur donner pour qu'ils puissent nous envoyer tous leurs problèmes de bugs et de problèmes sur l'utilisation du site. En termes de canaux de diffusion, nous allons principalement utiliser la publicité à travers les médias pour vulgariser le site web. Et pour le côté des revenus, la plupart des administrations scolaires pourront payer les frais de manière mensuelle ou annuelle selon leur choix.
So here's the prototype video. So here's the student. Oh, so there's the students page where you can see the feedback page. Then there's the teacher section where the teachers can actually see what the students gave as feedback. And finally, here's the HTML version of the website. So as you can see, it's the same website, but written in HTML. So there's the student side of the site and also the teacher side of the site. So as you can see, he can pick, the students can pick where, what teacher they want to give feedback to, and finally, what feedback they gave to those teachers. So in conclusion, I'd like to say that Teacher Aid is going to open a new world of possibilities in the domain of education with the use of this new AI. So in the future, we also plan to partner with bigger tech sites such as Pronote and UNT, which are specialized in tech and education. Thanks for listening, and if you have any questions, we're open for questions.
Felipe, I don't know about others, but I haven't seen the demo. Can you show this again? Alma, have you seen it? I don't believe it showed how the product worked. Would you be able to show us the video again?
Yep, I think there might have been a technical... Alma, would you mind sharing that?
Alma, why don't I... let me stop Philip from sharing. So Alma, if you have that video, it would be really great to see the demo.
Yep, just a moment.
Yeah. Or any of the other team members, if you have that video ready, because for some reason, Philippe, sorry, but it didn't seem to have worked on your slides. Okay, perfect. Let's try this again.
Can you guys all see it now?
Yeah, so here is the teacher page. And here he can see the different classes he has. And here's the feedback page where he can actually see what the students gave as feedback for him during the past 2 weeks. So that would be the time frame of every feedback. So this is the student login page where he can select the teacher he wants to give feedback to. And finally, this is the page where he actually gives the feedback. So you can see the scroller to give feedback. So this is the HTML version of this website. So as you can see, the teacher, this is the teacher side, he can select and see what feedback he has received from the students and possibly comments too. This is the student side. So as you can see, you can select a teacher you want to give feedback to, and then finally see what feedback you gave to this teacher or enter new feedback. So thanks for listening once again.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, team. That's great. Judges, do you have any questions for this team at all? Feel free to show your camera, unmute yourselves, and do ask questions.
So, I have a question. I have a question on my side. This idea is actually not new. So I don't know if you know the website from the US that was the first and leading that about rating your teacher. There was also a lot of there was one website that was launched in Europe, and there was a lot of controversy, and it had to be stand down because of rating your teacher was not perceived as something that could exist in the current system. So how will you go about being different in your approach to not face the same challenge?
Alors, pour répondre à cette question, on ne désirait pas vraiment pour tourner la question dans le sens où on allait directement noter les élèves. Ce serait plus une sorte de relation d'entraide justement entre tous les parties, afin que tout le monde puisse bénéficier d'une meilleure expérience. De son côté, le professeur, parce qu'un professeur aura toujours plus de plaisir à enseigner face à une classe attentive. Et donc du côté des élèves, les élèves seront forcément plus attentifs face à un professeur à l'écoute, avec qui il y a une réelle relation d'échange et de progression.
Merci.
De rien. Alma, did you want to add something to this?
No, I think Noah summed it up quite nicely.
Okay, perfect. Annette, do you have any questions? And Peter?
Bon, je vous pose la question en français. Tout d'abord, je trouvais excellent que vous avez mélangé les langues. C'est déjà un grand atout dans un team international ces jours-ci. Hein. Et il faut aussi faire des fautes, comme moi-même. Hein. Et alors, ma question, c'est plutôt parce que j'ai vu sur une des pages que vous allez toujours mettre le nom d'un élève qui donne feedback à un teacher. Est-ce que vous croyez de votre expérience comme étudiant hein, ou étudiante que vous aurez vraiment avoir le courage à vous exprimer avec votre nom et en toute transparence et vous croyez que ça va marcher?
Alors, en fait, on ne voulait pas mettre les noms pour des questions d'anonymat, parce qu'on s'était dit aussi que les élèves, s'ils n'osent pas réagir en classe et poser des questions, ça serait plus facile pour ces élèves-là de poser des questions dans l'anonymat à un professeur. Donc, on ne voulait pas du tout mettre les noms pour les élèves.
Merci. Hein?
All right. Peter, any questions from you for this team?
Yep. Well, so the anonymity is good because it promotes honesty, but as we've seen on the internet, anonymity can also cause people to be, for example, abusive or to harass teachers. Is this something that you have considered?
Yeah. So the plan for that would be to have some sort of, let's say, mediator. So potentially if the delegate is like the class representative is trusted, if a teacher, for example, receives a bad comment, that the person who commented, it will be anonymous, but the mediator will be able to, for example, I won't say ban, but maybe punish in some way the person who commented bad. But yeah, there would be some sort of mediator to prevent trolls, as you could say, on the website.
I think also it's such a closed environment. On the internet, you're completely anonymous and you're talking to people that you've never seen in real life. Whereas this is much of a closer or smaller environment just because these are all people in your class. And so it's all people that you see on a day-to-day basis. You talk with them all the time. So that I think already incites people not to put mean comments when they know that people could easily identify them.
Cool. Thank you.
All right. Perfect. Thank you so much, judges. And thank you, team. Well done. You kicked it off. You were the first ones and the bravest ones. Well done. It's not easy to be the first ones, but well done. You've done amazingly well. You should be so proud of yourselves. Really proud. And I know it's not easy. And at some point, I remember you wanted to develop something related to facial recognition, and focus, and the mentors have helped you pivot. So I know this team has really had it not easy, right? You've pivoted in the last moment. So yeah. Well done. That was really a great pitch and great job in general. So you can now leave the room, and Team 8 should be on this call right now because they've asked to be the second ones to pitch. And so Mishka.
Yes, Yelena, I just admitted Team 8. We have Aida and Daniel with us, but we are missing Mishka. So, guys, if you can probably reach out to him. Oh, here you go.
It seems Mishka is already on.
He's there. Okay, good.
I believe the whole team should be here.
Okay.
Perfect. So, right, whenever you're ready, team, we are looking forward to hearing your pitch.
Excuse me, just before we start, does the team 1 have to exit?
You are very welcome to exit, yes, and you can enjoy the rest of the demo watching the YouTube stream, all right?
Okay, thank you.
You will literally hear everything there.
Have a nice day.
All right, you too. Thank you, Philippe.
See you.
All right, so team 8, Mishka, you're on the call, and I believe Aida is also on the call, so whoever is going to be sharing the screens. Perfect. Here. Whenever you're ready, we're ready.
Okay. So we are Educare. Kirill, Ida, Daniel, and Mishka. This is our team. Our problem is that parents in developing countries, specifically Mali, Nigeria, and Guinea, do not have the means to help their illiterate children. La majorité des parents des pays en développement, en particulier le Mali, le Niger et la Guinée, n'ont pas les moyens d'offrir une éducation de qualité à leurs enfants. This is our solution. Creating an educational app that helps parents homeschool their children. Créer une application éducative qui aide les parents à scolariser leurs enfants à la maison. This is our prototype. So you can sign in or sign up. So you'll put all your information, your child, so the AI will specifically know how to educate the specific age group. Then you can have learning or testing. This is of course in very beta version, so it's not how we will want in the future to be, but it's just to show that just the prototype of it.
Mishka, we cannot see the prototype. Can you show us the demo? Is it the video?
Yes.
Is the slide that says demo prototype? Maybe you could play the video so that everyone can see how it works.
Oh wait, I think wait. Sorry. Oh yes, wait here. Sorry, can you see it now?
No, we still okay. So now you should be able to play it. Yeah.
Oh, okay, here.
Click on play.
Well, yes. So, is it playing?
Yeah. Now we can see.
Okay. So you put all your password, username. You'll sign up your child, so the AI knows where you are and the specific information on that child, so it can help customize the tests and how you learn. So here's just how it will work. I mean, of course, this is just in beta versions, but it will be better in the future. And that's it. Now, wait, sorry. Do you see the slide?
No, we still see the homepage of the demo. So you probably need to do something on your PowerPoint. Just go back to the slides so that the rest of you.
Oh yeah, no, I understand why. Sorry. Here. Yes. Okay.
All right.
So.
Okay.
Wait, sorry, Daniel.
No worries. So the question we were asking is, how might we help parents in developing countries, specifically Niger, Mali, and Guinea, homeschool their children who are often illiterate? Okay, so the revenue streams, because it's an educational app, we'd ask for government sponsors, and we would also add ads into the app for additional revenue help.
So thank you, Amna, Andrea, Simon, and all other mentors. Thank you, of course, Elena, Marina, and Kai. Thank you for everyone that helped us along the way. Thank you, team.
Thank you.
Educare, helping families with education. There.
Wonderful. All right. Thank you so much, Mishka. We often have technical difficulties, so don't worry about it. So Claire, Annette, Peter, who would like to kick off the questions? Who has a question for this team?
I can start.
Peter, go for it.
Are the parents of these kids illiterate, typically?
Yes, this is one of the questions we were mostly asked. And so the app won't, it will not only provide means for how the children will how the parents will educate their children, but curriculum so that the children themselves can learn by themselves without the parents' help, because it is a very big problem in these countries that the parents themselves aren't illiterate.
Okay, then is the way that you designed the app, that is containing text on the buttons and the sign up particularly appropriate for this setting?
I'll just say, so it's just a demo, and we also, in some parts of the app, had audio options where you can press the audio button, and we'd look to put more of them in. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I mean, maybe to go in the sense of Peter, and because, Société Générale is present in some of these countries, I think you will have to adapt the technical solution, because the reality is, they don't have necessarily smartphones, which enable very easily to learn it. So most of them have more, basic phones, and sometimes the access even to Wi-Fi could be challenging. I'm thinking, for example, Guinea. So, the way it's organized normally is more, you will have one computer in one center or one village where a lot can access. So I'm just thinking, if you wanted to bring it further, I think you will have to adapt a little bit either through what they have as devices in hand, or to think about it. I don't know if you had any insight on the countries you were targeting, Niger, Mali, and Guinea, about their usage, or if it was just a first idea. I'm just interested.
Well, yeah, of course there is that problem. So the obvious solution would be, like you just said, maybe a big computer where it's this app is used. But we were also thinking of adding a website in our later researches to make it easier to connect to.
Thank you.
And I'll come with a totally different question. I was very touched by your idea, I have to say, because, inequality in education has become such a big topic across the world. So I think, your demo just represents really a very huge vision, So to start out, you have to start out small. So would you start, if you were to win, in a school, in a village? Would you start in one country and then add the other two afterwards? How would you go after, putting this fascinating vision into play?
Well, yeah, Daniel, if you want, you can talk.
Yeah, no, I think, as you said, we'd have to start on a smaller scale, because it's obviously a massive issue, and maybe just one country, or even smaller than that, just a village. But eventually we'd look to expand and take it to countryside, and other than that, maybe.
One thing I wanted to add was that one of our teammates, Ida, is currently in one of those countries, and so she could really help us from the inside the country's point of view and see how everything is going. And so it will limit the us trying to contact them, because we have somebody in the inside to help us.
And I know Aida is on the call. Aida, would you like to add anything to this page? So Aida is from, I believe it was from Mali. I'm not entirely sure, but do confirm. Aida, do you want to unmute yourself and add to the page? Feel free to speak.
Oh, sorry.
English?
No,
she speaks French, I think.
Yeah, you might have.
Non, sinon, Aïda, pourquoi vous ne parlez pas, tu ne parles pas en français?
We haven't heard her voice yet on the page. Aida, would you like to add anything to the page? Maybe there are some issues with the
yeah,
yes,
she had some technical problems before.
Some technical issues.
Yes.
Oh, shame. And Mishka, Aida, does she come from Mali? Remind me.
Yes, I think it's Mali. Yeah. But even though she's not talking right now, she has contributed a lot to our idea. So I just wanted to point that out.
Yes, she's having some technical issues, but never mind. All right. So, but I wanted to make sure the judges know that it's a team of 3 working on this product, and one of them is already in Africa. So she would be on the ground to sort of developing this concept further. So it wasn't just a team based in France doing something randomly for a country in Africa, but they did actually have some input from a teenager from that region who really was very passionate and clearly convinced them all to focus on that region first and foremost. Well done, Aida. Sorry we couldn't hear your voice, but we know you are here with us and you're supporting your team. All right, perfect. Thank you so much, team. You may leave the call now.
Peut-être, Elena, juste avant qu'il se déconnecte, mais s'il voulait aller plus loin dans l'idée, je pense que ce serait bien de regarder les programmes de Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation qui sont très présents en Afrique et d'aller regarder sur le site internet parce que c'est tout à fait dans leurs axes de développement, donc ils peuvent peut-être aussi aider et regarder. Voilà.
Yes, absolutely. And I think I've also shared with the team some great ideas and projects developed by X Prize. And I think one of the winning teams was called Educating Billion or something like this. And they won the X Prize competition, and they're very active in Africa right now, educating the families and the children as well. So really worth looking at what's already being done for that region, so that potentially you could partner or work together on this. All right, fantastic. So team 2, you are now on the call. So if you're ready, and team 8, you're very welcome to leave the call and you can continue watching the stream on YouTube. And team 2, Alisher, Damir, I know there are 4 of you in this team. You guys are joining from Kazakhstan, must be quite late or getting late there. It's over to you.
Yes, and
thank you. Bye.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Team 8 and Team 2. Now you can turn your cameras on if you wish, or you can stay with no cameras.
Hello, can you see it?
Yeah, we can.
Okay.
Hello everyone, my name is Maya and I'm presenting our project right now, and all of the students experienced overwhelmed by the number of responsibilities and felt unable to manage their time productively. But do they even know what being productive means? Our team believes that every person has their own definition of productivity, and for this purpose, For this purpose, we conducted a survey, and it confirmed our theory. Most students believe that they can study more productively and that standard school methods did not fit all. Therefore, we present our product that will help every student find the most effective way to learn.
Hello. And with the help of the AI, we will provide users with personalized approaches to studying. In a sense, we will help them learn how to learn. Our product will allow people to develop customized study schedules, suggest learning materials based on personal preferences. And moreover, our chatbot will provide support and motivation for students on their educational journeys.
The user will be greeted with an introduction. The user will be greeted with an introduction. Wait a second. Can you? Okay. Okay, the more time a user spends with an AI, the stronger the bond between them will be. AI will provide a schedule and learning content recommendations based on the user's behavior and preferences. So here you can see our achievement system later on. And yes, here is our achievement system, and it will reward the user and keep them motivated. At 24% on chatbot will provide support and encouragement to the user during his or her studies. But it's also important to know when to stop. Moreover, so students will not be bored with only studying. The AI has part of gamification, so the student can study without getting bored. The app tracks the amount of time the user spends learning. And based on this data, a chatbot may suggest taking a break. Every single aspect of our app is aimed at providing the user with the best learning experience possible. For more info, visit our website. Thank you.
And as for the ethics, we understand how important the privacy aspect is in our digital era. Data enclosure and privacy are a high priority in our project. Even though we process large amounts of data, we make sure that none of it is revealed or misused. Moreover, the data collection is entirely voluntary and the user is free to disable it. Using AI fairness principle, we ensure data privacy and strive to remain neutral, conducting the unbiased analysis. Our adaptive design makes sure that the study C can be used by anyone, regardless of age, gender, or perception of information.
And as we already have said, AI is capable of assisting its user during his studies. But what if we tell it that it can be used not only in academia? With access to appropriate data, our technology can be implemented in other fields, such as project management, internship experience, and much more. And if you are interested, you can always visit our website. And this is our project. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, team, for that. Judges, do you have questions to this team?
I mean, thanks to the team. I found it's super innovative as a way to think, and I really enjoyed that, to be able to test yourself and figure out which type of skills are you best fit to learn. I understand, so we had a demo of the technical product, so I can see where is it going, but are you not worried to some extent that maybe, the algorithm will introduce some bias, which means you will become very strong in the skills you are, already good at, or, or is your algorithm actually saying, okay, you're good at that and maybe less good at that, and that's why you have to focus more in these skills? How is it working from this point of view?
In reality, it really is a big issue, especially with an AI, since it's trained on data, and depending on the data set, it can be really biased. And to minimize such problems, we separate all the data so that so that we can introduce this AI fairness principle and make sure that everything that our AI is suited for all. Yeah.
Thank you, Malika.
How would you organize yourself to actually run your bot?
My bot, can I share my screen, please?
You should be able to, yes.
Yes, thank you. So here is my whole screen. Please don't. Okay, so our chatbot it really works with AI, but it is pretty simple. It's just like a product managing. So it's just like, it's really simple, but it has a great potential. Hello, how are you? What are you doing? Is teens in AI a great company? Yes, it completely agrees. So the chatbot is completely written in Java. I wanted to write it in Python, but Python has a low speed, so I wrote it in Java. You can see the whole code in GitHub. Yes, we have a GitHub in our JOS in iSubmission. Moreover, we have a game like geometry physics simulator, as I mentioned in gamification part. So in it, you can rotate sorry if this is too fast. You can create one node, you can create line, or you can create the whole figure. And I can even select which color will it be. I'm a fan of green. All right. Then you can rotate it in real life physics with real gravity. And this is a part of gamification, so the student will not get bored. Well, we will have more games, but since this is a prototype project, I created only one. Yes.
Looks amazing.
Yes. As you can see, it has a lot, like it has files like Draco. I have some file. Yes, as you can see, here is a file named Draco. It's the other one. I can even save, make hello, and destroy. Moreover, we have an achievement system, like achievements. And not to forget, it doesn't have a GUI right now. I meant user interface, but we have our project has an ability so deaf people and blind people can study too. As you can see, this code can turn speech into text, like.
And Alisher, you've already had your 3 minutes. You cannot teach the second time.
Sorry. I just yes, because I was main part of tech part of the team, and yes, maybe I said too much.
But I can see you're incredibly proud of your work, and I can also tell that probably this is technically the most advanced project because you guys have really gone over and beyond what you wanted to do. So I'm pretty sure Peter would have appreciated all the lines of code if you had a chance to look at it.
And hi, Peter.
Questions?
Hello.
Verbal team.
Yeah, I like that extra aspect of that you just demoed, which shows that you're definitely taking accessibility into mind and considering people who might have disabilities, which is who are like classic, who are often like people who will experience difficulties because the education system isn't geared towards them.
Yes, and education must be for everyone, so everyone can study it whenever they have disabilities or something else.
Yeah. Did you actually interview anyone with disabilities while designing the application?
Not in real life, but in Zoom, yes. I have one person.
Okay.
I will not say his name due to confidential status and.
Yep, that's fine. Okay, good. So you did actually talk to people to understand their needs. Fantastic.
Thank you.
Okay, cool.
All right. Any more questions from the judges? No. Okay, perfect. All right. Well done, team. You're welcome to continue enjoying this demo on YouTube. And we're now ready to listen to team 4. So Lev and Lucienne, if you're here, it's over to you now. Lucienne, will you be presenting?
Alors aujourd'hui, on va vous présenter notre projet qui se surnomme Sparring App. Dans notre équipe, on a un binôme, donc Lev a le rôle de tout ce qui est technique et moi j'ai le rôle de trouver les idées et tout le reste. Problème à résoudre pour les collégiens. Le problème est que les étudiants ont des difficultés à bien se préparer pour les contrôles. Car les étudiants ont besoin d'apprendre beaucoup de choses par cœur. De plus, ils n'ont pas la possibilité de tester leurs connaissances avant l'examen, pour savoir s'ils ont bien compris le sujet et bien mémoriser tout ce qui est nécessaire. Le problème est que les élèves ne rédigent presque jamais avec leur propre. C'est un vrai problème, car l'élève peut tout à fait avoir compris, mais celui-ci doit respecter un langage précis et donc apprendre par cœur. Comment avons-nous approché ce problème? Tout d'abord, nous avons réfléchi sur quels sont nos problèmes à l'école, ce qu'il faudrait améliorer pour en arriver à l'appli que l'on pourrait créer, car le projet n'est pas encore décidé. Puis nous avons rédigé des questions pour les collégiens et pour les profs. Nous avons rassemblé toutes les questions afin d'améliorer l'appli et voir quels sont les problèmes des autres élèves. Le projet est une application pour les étudiants. Grâce à celle-ci, ils auront la possibilité de tester leurs connaissances de plusieurs façons, notamment en donnant les réponses aux questions sur des matières différentes. Cette application aide aussi les profs à tester les connaissances de leurs élèves qui ont passé beaucoup de temps sur la vérification des réponses aux questions. L'IA est dans tout ça. Dans ce projet, l'IA va reconnaître si les réponses des étudiants sont justes et elle va les communiquer aux profs. Elle va aussi transformer les réponses vocales en réponses des élèves en réponses digitales écrites, reconnaître l'écriture manuscrite pour la mettre en écriture digitale. Quelle est la valeur de notre application? Le projet consiste aussi à tester un élève avec les questions du prof. L'élève répondra aux questions du prof avec ses propres mots, par vocal ou même par écriture simple, et il pourra prendre sa feuille en photo. Le but est de faciliter la vie aussi bien des profs que des élèves. Les élèves pourront apprendre beaucoup plus précisément, car en faisant les tests, ils pourront savoir où ils ont juste, pas juste. Les profs gagneront aussi beaucoup de temps. L'application sera en deux parties, une pour les utilisateurs qui veulent se faire tester et bien d'autres choses, et la deuxième partie sera en coordination avec le prof. Maintenant, je vais vous présenter le prototype que l'EF a créé. Et là, on va remplir et l'IA va reconnaître la réponse, si la réponse est juste ou pas juste. Merci de nous avoir écoutés. Au revoir.
All right. Lucienne, do you have a demo that you can show? Do you have a video to show of your demo? Screenshots?
I don't comprehend English.
Lucien, est-ce que tu peux, s'il te plaît, remontrer la vidéo de la démo parce que il y avait les présentations et on a vu juste la fin de la démo. Est-ce que tu peux la remontrer, s'il te plaît?
Voilà. Là, vous voyez?
Non, pas encore, Lucia. Il faut réessayer, hein?
Il n'y a pas de souci. Il n'y a pas de souci.
Pas de souci du tout, hein?
Et là, c'est bon?
Not yet.
Ah voilà, c'est bon.
Ah, c'est bon, ok. Donc, la question va être posée et l'intelligence pourra, grâce à l'application, du coup, l'élève, l'application va lui dire s'il a juste ou pas juste et du coup, l'élève va savoir ce qu'il faut encore réviser et d'autres choses.
I think you need to click play so that it can play the demo.
Ah, ok, vous n'avez pas vu?
Oui, on n'a pas vu.
If you can click play.
Là, c'est mieux?
Non, on voit juste l'écran. Il faut.
Yeah, just need to click on that play.
Oui.
Ah, ok, d'accord. Attendez.
No, Marina, he still hasn't clicked. Do you think Lev can show the demo if Lucienne is struggling?
Lev, est-ce que tu peux partager ton écran et montrer la vidéo, s'il te plaît?
Lucien, ça nous arrive aussi très souvent, même dans des autres réunions. C'est une bonne expérience pour toi et pour nous, hein?
How are you getting on, Lev? Well done, Lucienne. Let's see if we can get that demo up and running so that everyone can really see what you two have been up to in the past few days. And I know you both worked very, very hard to pull this off. All right, whilst Lev is preparing the demo, Claire, Annette, Peter, do you have any questions for now? We can just ask.
Lucia, tu vois, j'en ai un autre qui est passionné par l'intelligence artificielle à côté. Il est encore petit, donc lui, c'est la peinture encore. Mais j'ai une petite question pour toi. Merci pour ta présentation déjà. Et comment t'es venue cette idée, puisque c'est toi qui est garant des idées de l'équipe?
Tout d'abord, on a pensé à nos problèmes en cours et on est venu au problème de l'apprentissage par cœur. C'est vraiment quelque chose c'est quelque chose où, par exemple, on va apprendre par cœur une définition et du coup, l'élève va être fixé sur sa définition et, par exemple, on va être en contrôle, on va écrire la définition, mais du coup, l'élève est tellement fixé sur sa définition qu'il va plus savoir le thème du contrôle et les autres réponses parce que ça va le stresser, tout ça. Et aussi, on s'est dit, ce serait bien de tester les élèves pour qu'ils soient vraiment confiants en contrôle et qu'ils savent vraiment ce qu'il faut encore réviser et ça permettrait de gagner en confiance et plein d'autres choses.
Donc de vraiment de vraiment stimuler cet apprentissage. Enfin, ce que tu voulais, c'était casser le par cœur et stimuler vraiment l'apprentissage à travers la gamification, c'est ça?
Oui, c'est ça.
Merci.
Wonderful. Annette, do you have any questions at all for the team?
Non, mais je crois que c'est une idée qui est très réalisable parce que vous pouvez même commencer dans votre propre collège et pour développer un propre démo et après trouver d'autres possibilités à le développer. Ce sera comme ça que vous voulez développer le démo plus dans l'avenir ou comment vous allez essayer à to implement it? Tu vois?
On s'est dit, c'est vrai qu'avec les collèges, si on met cette application dans un collège, du coup, les profs pourront l'utiliser et les élèves aussi. Du coup, ce sera la deuxième partie. Donc là, ce sera les élèves en coordination avec les profs. Et sinon, pour la première partie où les élèves peuvent se tester eux-mêmes, c'est vraiment une application mobile et du coup, voilà, ils choisissent leur matière, ils choisissent ce qu'ils veulent faire, ils choisissent un peu tout et du coup, ça va leur mettre les questions du programme français, par exemple, et grâce à ça, voilà.
Merci.
Wonderful. Lev, how are you getting on? Are you able to show us the demo? Marina? All right, we cannot. So Lev, if you want to unmute yourself and if you want to share your screen and show the demo, it would be great for the judges to see. Okay.
I don't think I have the demo.
Got it? Well done. And you need to share your screen. If you click the green button underneath in the Zoom call, then you will be able to share your screen so that everyone can see the demo.
Yes, but I don't have the demo.
You do not have the demo. Oh, okay.
Non, moi je peux essayer.
Do you want to try again, Lucienne? Because Lev is struggling. I just wanted to make sure we give you the opportunity to show.
Là, vous voyez ou pas?
Pas encore.
On attend un peu.
On attend.
Voilà. Est-ce que tu peux essayer, Lucie, encore une fois, d'appuyer sur le play?
Oui. Là, vous voyez toujours pas?
Non, ça marche pas. Est-ce que tu as appuyé sur le play?
Oui, oui. Partager, oui, oui.
Bon, c'est étonnant.
Ah, sinon, ah oui, c'est peut-être ça. Là, vous voyez?
Voilà.
Ok.
Ici. Normalement, ça devrait marcher.
Là, ça
No,
marche?
it still doesn't work.
No, it's not working. Ah si, voilà.
Something is okay. And it is stuck on 4 seconds. All right. Well, never mind. We have tried.
Mais ne t'inquiète pas parce que nous on a les liens, donc de toute façon moi j'ai pu le lancer moi-même. Donc
Yes, it's constant. We always have technical issues, so don't worry about that. It's not going to affect your page. Peter, do you want to have a? Do you have a question?
Oui. Merci pour votre présentation. À votre avis, quelles sont les principales difficultés de mise en œuvre de cette application dans les écoles?
La principale difficulté dans les écoles, ce serait vraiment de convaincre les profs, les enseignants de montrer que c'est une application qui peut vraiment aider les élèves. Et ce qui serait le plus difficile, ce serait de la mettre en œuvre. Enfin, on n'a pas... Ouais.
Et avez-vous parlé avec les profs?
Oui, on a posé des questions aux profs, on a posé des questions aux élèves, et du coup, avec ces réponses des profs et des élèves, on arrive à faire quelque chose.
Ah, bon. Merci.
That's really great that you've spoken to the teachers and to the students. Well done. Great pitch. Well done, Lucia. Well done, Liv. So you are welcome to now leave the call and join us on YouTube. And Team 5, if you are ready, do please join us. And it's over to you. All right, so Team 5, which one of you will be speaking today? Margot, I believe you're on the call. But you are all still muted. So Margot, which one of you will be sharing the screen? All right, it may seem like Team 5 might be having some technical issues. So Team 5, if you are able to present.
Another member of Team 5 is coming. Just
All right.
Okay, thanks, Sina. And yeah, we see that Margot is having trouble to join us on audio.
All right, whilst Team 5 is fixing technical issues, could we then hear from Team 6? Sebastian, are you ready?
Sebastian,
I am, but I don't think the rest of my team is, because we have Mavis in, but we are missing 2 teammates. One of them, which is present on the Discord server, but apparently can't connect to the Zoom, and the other one, which is
Melis is
completely
already
missing.
on call, so
We also have Max joining, so it's normally you should be 3.
so we have
And we have Mohammed joining as well.
Okay, well then that's perfect.
Perfect. All right. So which one of you is going to be sharing the screen?
I think
Melis,
that's me.
Sebastian. Perfect. Right. Over
Yep.
to you. Let's listen to you first, and then hopefully by the time you finish your pitch, Team 5 will be on this call. And Marina, if we could ask Team 5 to all join the call, it would be fantastic. All right.
Maybe you can start.
Okay. So before we start our presentation, I want to ask you a thought-provoking question. How many of you really enjoyed your school life?
Actually, I did.
You went to
Same.
incredibly amazing school.
Sorry.
Well,
did as
actually
well.
not.
I did as well.
The various tests show that not everyone is happy with school, and as we can see here, 43% of the people interviewed in a study of mental health that has relations to school were actually diagnosed with mental health issues. Other problems that our business is trying to solve is students being tough and teachers not knowing their students well. And we looked in, and Maxime did a lot more research on why our product would work, and if it's a problem that needs solving and that has a way to solve it. Then for our trying to switch right for our solution, then it's Bottle.ai, and it's very simple. There's 2 accounts, a teacher account. There are real-time surveys that help the teachers understand the kids that are learning in their classes, and they also get suggestions from experts, lessons, and AI that is incorporated into our product. And a little bit more about these accounts. We have the teacher account, which can ask the students to make to finish the surveys. So they can choose surveys that are made by the AI itself and by the application, or surveys that they make themselves, which are personalized for their class. And then the student account do these surveys that the teachers ask them to do, as well as they also get recommended mental health surveys and some study tips to help them with learning just in general. Then for the next slide, we have Maxime, which appears to not be here right now, but the main idea is that Bottle.ai works as a kind of bridge between teachers and students. So it's a way to connect them together so that the working environment is better and flows well. And so this, in the end, we get better lessons, and there's even also to get workshops with experts that we'll be talking a little bit more about later. For the revenue model, we start off with a free version, and this one has a minimum amount of accounts and not many surveys. But then we go to a paid version, and students and the schools, will usually find this version a lot more beneficial. And there's even another revenue point that we have, which are commissions that we get from bookings. We can book experts and professionals through our product. So this way we can make more money and to help improve our product. And another cool thing is that we decided 30% of our annual revenue would go to developing countries' education systems and the countries that are invested in helping to solve this problem.
So how exactly is Bottle.ai going to impact our school life? Well, communication between student and teachers will be better. And also, if students need help, they will be able to get it.
So we built a couple of prototypes. We spent a lot of time on this, and unfortunately, we spent so much time that showing the prototype itself would take 10 minutes. But we have basically two sides, and it starts with the dialogue flow, where students can actually do surveys, and we built a couple surveys that work, that are functional. And there's also an interface for the teachers, and it brings them to another link, which is where we made our prototype for what the teachers would be seeing on Framer. And here we have like the ability to get experts and book experts, and also see the analytics and the results of the surveys that the students do.
Les commentaires de nos produits, il est toujours intéressant d'avoir des nouvelles idées. On pourra exprimer ce que l'on pense librement et ça pourra aider les gens.
So one of our problems that we encountered were the ethics, but we took a lot of time to really see what solution we could do to this. So in the end, we made sure to incorporate a system where the results of the surveys would be collective and not individual. So teachers would not know individual students that had these problems, but in general, they would know what the class needed help with. That way, there was no problems of like ethical problems, and it would just be a lot smoother to go through, and the teacher wouldn't have to spend hours on every student, but have a general like feedback and idea on how to help their class. Maxime?
Oh yeah, so there was Google, our tech monitor, Sebastian, our project manager, coder, and designer. There's Marlies, the designer and thinker and training. There's Mohammed, the researcher, and Maxime, the designer and researcher.
So this is our team, and we made Bootcamps.ai.
Yeah.
So thank you for listening. We have a few next steps in mind, so we hope to add features to our app and possibly test it with our friends and maybe teachers. So, and our slogan is use Botul for a happy school.
Wonderful.
So we yield our time to questions.
Perfect. Judges, does anyone have any questions for this team?
Why did you call your app Bootul?
Because
I got it straight, or?
It's a mix between the word bot and the word school. And it also, so it's about for schools. And also it reminds people of a bottle, of a water bottle, something that you carry easily and sometimes to school. So it represents what we are hoping Botul.ai will be, something that we can use easily, fluidly, and at school, obviously.
Very creative.
Wow, very impressive.
Merci. C'est dommage qu'on ne puisse pas avoir le prototype, comme tu l'as mentionné, Maxime. C'est un petit peu compliqué, mais est-ce qu'il y a, sans nous le montrer, est-ce que tu peux nous expliquer un petit peu quels seraient les différents types de programmes ou que je pourrais justement aller voir pour tout ce qui est relié à ma mental health?
Yeah, so if I go back to the slide, if I can get back to the slide, oops, where I was showing you just a second. Well, basically we used Dialogflow, and we have our documentation on, we have a documentation saved, so you can use it on any bot service. And basically if I can show quickly, how it works is we used AI that basically got data and then tried to find what was similar in our questions and try to create possible answers. And then those answers, the answers that it gave us, we would tell it what they meant. So for example, For the mental health one, we asked a question like, are you happy, or how are you feeling? And then we would ask a couple questions like these. They would, the AI would try and find some possible answers, and we'd give it the ones that were right. And so we continue making survey questions like this. And so here are screenshots of how it works. I forgot where we put our documentation. I think it was not Jupyter, but does anybody remember the name?
Wasn't it on the spreadsheet?
Well, yeah, the link is on the spreadsheet. So you can go look at it there if you want to see more in depth the code. And there's also a video that we made on how the prototype works. But basically for the mental health, it would just, we try to find professional surveys, and we use that data and we incorporate it into the dialogue flow to try, and we use that to help the students like know a little bit more about themselves. And at the same time, if the whole class does that, then the teacher knows about the class and how they're feeling. So if the dialogue flow tells the teacher that the class is like the majority of the class is feeling down, then it might give some tips on how to give maybe funner classes, and we can incorporate different surveys together. So this would be like, again, one of our next steps is to try and make different surveys work together so that we could have more precise and relevant ideas.
C'est clair. Merci beaucoup.
Wonderful. Peter, any questions from you?
Yeah. I do like the synthesis that you have of human and computer intelligence. That is where you also have this service where you can hire, you can bring in actual people, consultants to your schools if the surveys indicate something bad. What I would be interested in is you are providing these aggregate statistics for the classes. But what if what if a student indicates that they are at risk of harm, for example? So they're feeling really, really, really down, or they're experiencing some violence at home or something. At what point does this aggregation of statistics break down? And have you considered that?
That was something that I thought about a little bit because, of course, that there can be some extreme results sometimes. But for us, like the best way to help a person that would be at risk of harm is to kind of give a notification to the teacher that like maybe one of the students is feeling really low, because it would, at one point we could incorporate a feature where the student, if he needs help, he can choose to be not anonymous. Wait. Sorry for that. I think I connected to the Discord. Right, as I was saying, the teacher would get a notification, but we don't want the student, if the student is feeling bad but doesn't want the teacher to know, we wouldn't really want that to be a thing, because ethically that's like spreading the private information of the user, and that would not be good for us long term. But what we could do is try to implement different features to help people out like this, or maybe have, if we see that somebody is constantly answering in like negative ways, we could try to have a feature to focus on giving them good like feedback and ideas on what they could do, and maybe eventually warn the teacher that one of their students is in risk, and for them to maybe ask the class like one by one. But that would be something that we would do in the future.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you, team. That was really great. Just want to double check once again if Team 5 is ready to pitch. And Team 6, you're very welcome to enjoy the rest of the pitch on YouTube, the rest of the demo. So Team 5, I'm going to check on you again whether you are able to pitch. So Christian or Margot.
I suggest, hi Elena, yeah, I suggest we let Team 7, who are totally ready, I suggest they go with a pitch, and then we get back to Team 5.
All right, perfect. All right, then, Team 7, if you are ready, it's all yours.
I'm ready.
Perfect. Wonderful. Ina, are you going to be presenting as well?
Yes.
Excellent.
Can I share my screen or?
Yes, you should be able to. So if you click on the share screen button, it should allow you to share your screen. Does it work for you?
Okay, can everybody see my screen?
Not yet, but it's loading. Perfect. Yes, now we can.
Okay.
Thank you for coming to listen to our pitch for our app called Safe Zone.
Many teens and young adults across the world suffer from mental health issues. There are several causes for this, but the most prominent ones are stress caused by schools and COVID-19.
Our solution, Safe Zone, an app that will help teens and young adults aged from 12 to 25 deal with school-related stress by encouraging them to do activities that will benefit their mental health, and they can have contacts with a therapist if they want one.
So the user journey. The first step of the user journey is when the user discovers the app through one of his friends or via a mental health forum. Then the user signs up in the app. The user then starts using the app daily. He or she takes the daily survey and gets tips from the app to reduce school-related stress. The last part of the user journey is when the user feels less stressed and uses the app daily. He also encourages other people to use it. How we use AI.
А ты смотришь питчи других? Других смотришь, как они...
I coded the everyday surveys. The user's answer to the everyday surveys is then analyzed by Python code that can recognize positive and negative words to detect if the user is feeling stressed. If it does, it suggests activities that lower stress levels.
I coded a chatbot using Google Dialog for ES. The chatbot will, in the final app, aid the users and maybe even answer the surveys.
Inside the app, we have contacts to professional therapists in case a user wants one, and we encourage our users to do activities that benefit their mental health. We sent out a survey to people aged 12 to 25 to figure out how they would like to use the app, meaning that we can make the app the best it can be.
Other apps tend to focus on one specific aspect of mental health, for example depression or anxiety, while we encapsulate everything in one app. Apps similar to ours tend to have a price or some other way of making money, whereas we focus more on benefiting our users.
The app is free to download and there are no in-app purchases. We will have a Patreon set up if anyone wants to support our app. We are a non-profit organization, so all the money we make will go to supporting your app.
Our app is an anonymous feature for those who want it. This way, no one, even us, will have access to your data. One of our previous ethics problems was misdiagnosing users. So now instead of diagnosing the users, we will encourage them to do activities that benefit their mental health.
We think our project would be very helpful to its users as it will help them to relax and so be more productive and happy. It will also improve their mental health. We believe our project can really make a difference in today's young people's mindsets.
Thank you for coming to listen to our pitch. Are there any questions?
Wonderful. Thank you so much, team. Judges, any questions for this team?
Yes. How would you find, the experts that could help all these young people? Because it's difficult, to get the right experts to help you. How would you go after that?
So I found some websites which had several contacts to professional therapists, and we put them into the app. So we don't have contacts specifically directly to the therapist, more to websites which have all the contacts necessary.
In addition to that, we will also talk to talk to school psychologists and parents to feel like to get their say on what the app should be.
I think that's probably a good idea to also double check websites or so with school psychologists or psychiatrists, or perhaps also the patronage that's going to support you to get the right expertise.
Absolutely. Claire, do you have any questions, or Peter?
Yes, I was just wondering how did you add the ID? Is there anybody in your group that faced this situation, or you felt like you were not sufficiently listened to at school in this type of topics? How the ID came to you?
I think mental health it affects a lot of people. So it doesn't like somebody doesn't need to have an illness to have bad mental health. I think it's just like feeling stressed, and so I feel stressed sometimes. But like I think this app would help me if I would need it, and I think it would be helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Perfect. Peter, do you have any questions?
So did you test your prototype or just any of the exercises that you're suggesting that young people do with young people?
Yes, we have put a survey so we can serve a much better and personalized experience for the users.
Okay, thank you.
All right. It seems like there are no more questions for you guys. So Team 7, well done, and thank you very much for your incredible pitch. So I just want to double check again with Marina. How is Team 5, Margot and Christian? How are you guys doing? Is anyone able to present your project today? Margot and Christian. And we will check them again. Christian, we cannot hear you. You're unmuted, but we cannot hear you.
I wasn't speaking.
Perfect. Wonderful. Now I can. Will you be able to share the screen and present your project?
Well, I can, but we really haven't rehearsed anything at all. But
it's okay. It will be improvisation, Christian.
Improvise, Christian.
It's perfect.
You know your product. You have been working on this for 7 days. You know it, in full. So I have full confidence in you, Christian, that you will be able to tell us all about it. All right. Okay. Slides ready?
Yes. I just have to find it again. Okay, we found it.
Perfect.
Okay, great.
It's over to you. All yours.
There, can you see it?
Yeah, we can see. If you are more comfortable presenting in French, do you present in French?
Okay. So, class 4. Rendre l'apprentissage ludique pour les élèves. So that's the motto. So that's our team. We are Christian, Florian, and Margot. So nous sommes décidés à accompagner les élèves dans un apprentissage plus régulier et ludique de leurs cours en assurant leur succès dans leurs examens. Chaque année, environ 10% des élèves décrochent et n'obtiennent pas le diplôme national du brevet, ce qui représente environ 350 000 collégiens. Donc, description de nos produits. Classful. L'application Classful sert à réviser son cours dans chaque matière et s'exercer de manière ludique et graduelle pour accompagner l'apprentissage. Le site est simple d'utilisation pour les élèves comme pour les professeurs et les parents. L'élève est motivé par score dans chaque matière et peut observer ses progrès dans le temps, son collège et sa classe d'âge au niveau national. L'intelligence artificielle ajuste le niveau de difficulté des exercices pour maintenir la motivation et progression. Alors, à l'écoute de que veulent nos utilisateurs. Nous avons écouté les requêtes de nos utilisateurs et défini de nouvelles fonctionnalités dans Classful. Alors pour les élèves, ils ont la possibilité de faire des exercices et des examens en étant anonymes. Ils ont une progression ludique d'apprentissage et ils peuvent se comparer à leurs camarades de classe s'ils le veulent. Et les professeurs et parents, ils peuvent ajuster le niveau des questions pour accompagner l'élève dans un apprentissage progressif. Et donc, il serait intelligent que, 1, le professeur ait accès aux résultats des élèves, et 2, qu'ils aient la possibilité de corriger individuellement les élèves, 3, d'avoir la possibilité de pouvoir rédiger des paragraphes développés, et 4, d'intégrer des pièces jointes et liens, etc. Alors, le business model. Une plateforme unique et gratuite pour des élèves. C'est prise en charge par les établissements publics et privés partenaires. C'est un projet pilote dans une première ville test. Il y a des bases de données de questions par niveau de difficulté, une notation par classe d'âge et matière à disponibilité de partenaires payants. Alors, une plateforme éthique. Nos utilisateurs ont demandé une option d'anonymat dans l'affichage de leur score. L'intelligence artificielle ajuste les notes en fonction de la sévérité de notation des professeurs pour assurer un examen plus juste au niveau national. Et des bases de données de questions et distribution de scores par classe d'âge accessibles par d'autres applications. Alors là, pour la démo, il fallait que Florian fasse une vidéo pour expliquer un peu le projet, mais visiblement, on n'a pas la vidéo, malheureusement. Et alors ça, c'est notre vision. Donc, la pratique, c'est il faut que ce soit progressif et ludique. Et donc voilà, ça c'était le PowerPoint. Do I stop sharing now?
You can, yes, and well done. Brave you. Well done, Christian. Bravo. So excellent pitch, and there was nothing at all for you to worry about. And I know this is your first time, but it was perfect. Well done. Judges, does anyone have any questions at all? And also, Margot, if you wanted to add anything to the speech, now would be also a really good time to add. And if not, the judges, any questions from the judges?
I mean, for sure. Thanks very much for the presentation. I was just curious about it's interesting to try to automatize learning and to gamify part of it. But do you think so? Did you have the idea in a position to having to learn it by heart? Was it like it's pretty boring to learn by heart, and therefore we went to enhance? What was your idea behind the proposition?
So,
what was the pain point you are trying to solve? That's my question.
Well, the students are sometimes they don't like looking at their lessons back and rereading everything and all. But this application is supposed to make fun exercises like mots croisés. Don't know how to say it in English.
Mots croisés, it's like crosswords. It's
crosswords and other games, maybe with questions. and it's supposed to be simple and fun, and it's supposed to encourage the student to continue with well, not to continue, but it encouraged the student to learn. So that's about the main idea of.
Okay, to want basically to go a little bit further, maybe than the sure face of an idea, and to make some correlation. And did you do some research? Have you been interviewing some of the students to know what they are thinking about your idea?
Yes, we have. Margot, Florian, and I, we have sent a survey specialized for the students to every student of our class, and a specialized survey for the teachers to every one of our teachers, and they have answered us, and we can see like with the percentages if they would like to use our project, what they would like to change, what they like about our idea, what they don't like about our idea, and something with that. And surrounding.
Thank you, Christian.
Thank you.
Brilliant. Annette, do you have any questions for?
First of all, I thought it was a very good PowerPoint presentation, and you did very well presenting. Congratulations. Yes, I actually have two questions. One, why did you call your app Classful? Because I learned a lot when asking this question already to another team. And second, if you were to choose one subject in school, which one do you think would you pick to test your idea and your application? Would it be math? Would it be a language? Would it be French, literature? Where would you start? So two questions for you. Et tu peux même répondre en français ou quelqu'un d'autre dans ton team. Hein?
Yes, well, I'm comfortable with both languages, so maybe.
Yes, I noticed. Congratulations.
Thank you. So, Classful, it's an abbreviation of our first name we chose. Our first name was Class, which was full of fun, but that was a little long, so we just made it shorter, Classful, and so yeah. And for the second, we thought of beginning with math instead of doing everything at once, because it's good to actually have one thing before you do everything. And we chose math because at first we wanted to do something with we wanted to do something with math, but afterwards we asked ourselves why not to do it bigger with everything. But we certainly do want to start with math with this.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Peter, do you have any questions at all?
Yeah. So it's firstly, congratulations on the presentation. It's very good, especially since you haven't rehearsed it before. My question is on how the application would work. So if there is a student who, despite having gone through a lot of the questions in the database, doesn't improve in their grades, what then? What does the app do then?
If there's a student that's still blocked on one bad level,
yes.
That maybe the AI could he could maybe tell the teacher that that some for example some students are below average of the no, but some would be below the average of class, but they're doing quite bad at the questions. Maybe they have less than 50% of the exercises good. So he would like send an email in the inbox of the teacher and tell her that this student is having problems with his exercises, and the application wouldn't do much in this, but the teacher would maybe do something or nothing if she's mean, but yeah, that's maybe that would be a solution.
Okay, very cool. So like a team of both the AI and the teacher.
Yes.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Well done, Christian. I know it's not easy to pitch for the first time, but you see, without even rehearsal, you've done amazingly well. That was a very good presentation. And improvised presentations are always great. Fantastic. So everyone, I know many of you have rejoined this call now. So congratulate yourselves, because this was absolutely incredible for the first time in particular. I know many of you were so stressed. I could feel the stress of yours. But you know what? You will be doing this like many times in your lives, whether it's pitching a project or pitching an idea or pitching yourselves. So you will be doing this all the time. So I'm really glad you have practiced it. Many of you have done it for the first time. Some of you were very shy as well, but you've all done it, and you should all be super proud of yourselves. So what I will do now is I'm going to take the judges away into a breakout room, and we're going to have a heated debate, as we often do, about who will be in the top 3. It's always a really tough decision, and I know the judges will have a hard time. We wanted to make sure they do, and I know that they all are really impressed with all of your ideas. So, and whilst I'm with the judges, Marina and her incredible team will probably be talking to you about some other stuff. I know we have mentors here as well, who I know we're all rooting for you. They're all at home. They're all, we're really nervous for you as well. All of your mentors were listening to all of your pitches, and some of them are already on this call. So I'm going to leave you in the hands of Marina's and your mentors, whilst I'm going to be teleporting the judges into another room. So Annette, Claire, and Peter, get ready to go into a different room in a minute, and you will see your a screen that says you will be going to another room. So just click yes, and hopefully I will see you there.
Not there yet, Elena.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
While you're leaving us, thank you. And I just want to take this opportunity to say a great thank you to all our mentors who are here present in the Zoom. And I know that some of you are listening to us via YouTube. So a huge thank you, because I know how hard you have been working this last week and how much you have supported the team. So it was amazing job, guys. Thank you.
I'm not sure, Claire, why it's not happening, but it really does not want to. I'm going to have to try this again.
Peter is there as well. The timer was for 1 minute.
Yeah.
The timer was for 1 minute. So I exited.
Okay, I've done this many times, and I'm not sure on the screen.
Let's put us a 10-minute timer, or like at least we can debate.
I was just going to hit the button.
It forces us to come to a decision quickly.
60 seconds.
Break up automatically. Okay, no, it should not do this.
But thanks for the quality of the presentation. I found them all amazing. I was very impressed by the level of advance of the prototypes as well. So it's definitely very hard, because the ideas are fantastic. Et merci aussi parce que je trouve le niveau d'anglais très bon. Ah voilà, parfait. C'est bon, Elena.
Right, let's try again, and I just hope I will be able to join you. So Annette, you should be in the room now. Claire, yeah, perfect. Okay, so guys, I'm going away.
Okay, see you in a while. Bon, on est tous là. En fait, on est restés tous ensemble. Donc, du coup, je vous propose d'en profiter de ce moment pour un peu échanger sur vos expériences. What I suggest is that while we're waiting for all our judges, thanks a lot for joining this call. And while we're waiting for all the judges, what I suggest is probably let's share your experiences during this week of the hackathon. What were your impressions, and probably what were the most interesting things that you have learned, and what are the most interesting maybe topics that you have touched upon, or something that you have learned which was totally new to you. So if there is anybody who wants to speak first, you're welcome. If not, I will be calling you out, and I will ask you to probably unmute your mic and say a couple of words about this.
Could I quickly say something?
Sure, go ahead, Mishka.
So I really like this experience. It's like nothing I've ever done before. It made me work harder and be more productive with because of the quarantine in France, I really got much less productive, and so I kind of regret it. But this made me work hard and for a good cause too, and I really loved the whole experience. Though it might be nerve-wracking and hard, it was just so fun, and I learned so much things. So I thank everybody for this experience.
Great, Mishka. Anybody else who wants to speak up?
I just wanted to say that it was a really cool experience because usually group projects are like in real life, and this was one of the first times I had to try and organize. I was a project manager, so it was even harder, but with our mentor, we got through, but we had to organize to meet as much as possible to get everything done. And in the end, I think we made something really cool. And this was my first hackathon, so obviously I didn't do as good as I could have, but I think in my next hackathons I'll be doing a lot better. And thank you everybody for making this experience possible.
Yeah, I remember very well your comments in the end of the hackathon in global chat. You were saying that next time you will do better. So for me, it's a learning curve. And if there is not everything which is perfect for you for this the first time, because I know that many of you are doing this for the first time, it's totally okay. I think that you have all did an amazing job. It was not always easy all the time, but really, I think that's. And now, once again, Sebastian, next time you will know, and you will do some things faster, and you will be able to do some things better, and that's for the best. Okay, does anybody else who wants to speak up? Maybe something from mentors. I also suggest that you, for those who want, you put your comments and your questions in the chat. Once again, that's just the time for us to exchange and to discuss things and to share our experiences. So does anybody else want to say something, a word? Maybe somebody from mentors?
I'm happy to share my feedback. First of all, thanks for great event. I think that was amazing 1 week. And I think we mentors, I talk from myself, but I'm sure many of other mentors join me saying that we not only participants learn from us, but we learn a lot from them as well. And I really think that you guys very lucky to have these events for you organized. I wish I had something like this when I was a teen. And overall, great work, everyone, and glad to see a lot of enthusiasm, commitment, and really happiness and joy to do the things. So absolutely amazing work, and thanks a lot for organizers.
Yeah, thank you very much, Natalia. I know that you have been doing hard work. Goku, I thought that you wanted to say something as well.
Yeah, hi. Thank you so much for your time. First of all, to all the teams, I was actually completely watching the whole hackathon presentation. You guys did an amazing job, first of all. And coming to my favorite team, actually being a part of a mentor for Team 6, you guys did a very fantastic job. We never thought that your potential is inside is actually exposed to the world now. So you can take that and go forward and try to build a lot more products. To all the teams, go forward, keep working on it, build the products. That's why we all here. Find a purpose, build it, and try to scale it up and try to solve the problems in your zone, which is the problem you suffer. Try to solve it on our own because you all are tech and design people. So hope you all learned a lot of things. And thank you so much for Teens and AI for selecting me a mentor from India. This is my first international tech mentorship actually. So I'm happy to connect from the different side of the country, the world, and then connect to the different side of the world. And I'll try to connect with all the mentors in the panel, so to be for a long run along with Teens and AI. And all the best for everyone. And au revoir.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Goku. You are fast as a light speed. I saw that you were all the time checking out on all the teams all around, and very fast, very energetic. So thanks a lot for all your tech support during the hackathon.
Merci.
And oui, je t'en prie. So, anybody else who wants to speak out from the teams, probably? What about Team 1, Alma? Do you want to say a couple of words? Maybe?
Sure. I personally thought that this hackathon was really, really fun. I always liked, I really liked, I did the one back in March in Paris in real life. And I thought it was very fun then. And I still think it's really fun now just to be able to connect with other people and to see what they have to bring, what their issues are, and to develop something together. I think it's always really, really fun. It also helped me because at the beginning of the year, I always thought I had a little too much homework, but having to like being forced to just really scheduling this hackathon into every spare minute I had during the week really helped me find a balance between homework and free time. So I personally really liked it, and I think that all the teams did it really, really well.
Yeah, I agree with you. So you are becoming an experienced hackathoner, I see there. That's right. That's really good to hear that you. It's your second French hackathon, and actually, it's the second French hackathon in real life done by Teens and AI. We'll move on. We'll continue. And just by the way, I would like to tell everybody that the next hackathon we'll be organizing will take place in March, from March 6th and to March 14th. We'll, of course, give you more information on that, but please, you're all welcome to join us. And then we will also be doing another hackathon in June at the occasion of Vivatech here in France, and we'll be doing it in June, like mid-June during the Vivatech. So you're very welcome to join, and just put this in your schedules already, so you make sure that you organize yourselves well. Alma, I have one question for you. What was probably the thing that you have learned during this hackathon? This skill, maybe the learning that you did, some additional knowledge that you have acquired, something that you have really learned during this week?
Well, I think off the top of my head, it's just that Python is a lot harder to code than HTML. But that was just because when Philippe, the person who's basically coding our whole website, it was always taking him so long to code everything in Python, and then in the HTML he did like, because he was working on Python for like 5 days. And then in one day, he did like 3 times the work he did in like a whole week in HTML. So I just thought that was really cool, and it just taught me that HTML is a little easier to code than Python.
Okay, that's not the same thing either. So, but yeah, that's okay. So does anybody else want to say something? Can we hear from Shresh, for example? Shresh. From Team 7?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right. So I learned a lot of things from this hackathon. I learned how to speak. I learned more project managing skills. And also I am learning from the mistakes of my last hackathon.
Okay, so that's not your first hackathon either?
No, it's my third.
Okay, okay. Wow, your experience as well. So that's really cool. Okay, well, really well done to all the teams. Once again, you did an amazing job, everybody. So who else can I ask to share your experience? I see that we have Agata here with us online. She was a mentor. So Agata, maybe a couple of words on your side.
Hi, Marina. Hi, everyone. Yeah, thanks. It was a blast. First and foremost, I had lots of fun. It was challenging, of course, as well. As I've never been a mentor online, where you can't see and you have to chat in a language that you have no idea. You don't speak well. But in general, it was a big fun working with my team, with other mentors, and I learned. Anytime I work with teenagers, as an adult, I understand what are they passionate about, and that excites me a lot. And yeah, that was quite cool. Thank you.
Yeah, what was the thing that you have learned? Because we always, I hear a lot from mentors that they learn during the hackathon. It's not only teens who are learning, but mentors are learning as well. And I actually got to know Teens in AI as mentor. I was invited to the first March hackathon early in 2020 as a mentor. And then I started to follow Teens in AI. And then I said, well, let's do it in France in a more serious way. So that's where we are now. So what was the thing that you have learned? The thing.
Just one.
Or maybe many.
How to operate Google Translate to learn French. First thing. I was talking French basically for 2 weeks with Google Translate. Actually, probably the most important thing is just to keep in mind that we're human beings, and but we're all different. We adults, okay, I'm somehow adult, still feel myself pretty young, and I understand things this way. Teenagers nowadays, they understand things their way, and the most important thing is sometimes just to listen and let them do what they want to do, and no judgment at all. And accept person as they are. And that's where the fun starts, because they are open then and they do amazing stuff.
Yeah.
That's where the magic happens.
Yeah, I totally agree. Very well said. Yeah, and I see that Goku is saying well said. Yeah, I totally agree. So, yeah, thanks a lot, Agatha. Thank you so much for sharing. Yeah, and moi, je propose de peut-être donner la parole à Lucien de l'équipe 4. Lucien, est-ce que tu peux partager un peu ton expérience, juste en 2 mots, sur les choses que tu avais apprises cette semaine et peut-être ce qui était facile, pas facile, comment ça s'est passé pour toi?
Ce qui est difficile, c'est toujours un travail régulier. On doit toujours être présent et on doit toujours être là au rendez-vous. Grâce au hackathon, on apprend plein de choses. On apprend le travail d'équipe, tout ça. On apprend aussi avec les conférences. Et voilà.
Ok. Et Lucien, est-ce qu'il y a une chose que tu pourrais dire, là, j'ai vraiment appris ça pendant cette semaine. Est-ce qu'il y a quelque chose qui ressort pour toi?
J'ai vraiment appris à travailler sur vraiment un projet où on part de zéro et après on l'amène jusqu'au bout.
D'accord. Ah bah, je pense que oui, tu as raison. C'est ce qu'on apprend. En fait, c'est l'idée de le principe des hackathons de Teens in AI, c'est vraiment travailler le sujet et utiliser la tech. La tech, c'est une partie très importante de nos hackathons, bien sûr, mais on ne fait pas la tech que pour la tech. L'idée, c'est de vraiment s'en servir et de regarder comment est-ce que la tech peut aider à résoudre les problèmes XY ou peut vous aider à structurer le projet et structurer la solution à une problématique particulière. Yeah, so that's actually the idea of Teens in AI Hackathons is to really do the projects all together in their whole. And the idea is not to just do the tech just for the tech, but to really use it for as a means to have a specific solutions to some problematics and to some problems. So I'm really happy that this is something that you have learned, and this is something that has been appreciated. So while we are waiting for the judges, I really feel that behind the scenes there is a very serious discussion going on. So while we're waiting for the results, and please just listen to a couple of things that I wanted to tell you. As I already said, just a couple of announcements just for you to know. As I have already said, we will be doing additional hackathons in the month to come. So the next one is scheduled once again in March. It is around the International Women's Day. It will be a fully international hackathon. We already have around 30 countries signing into this hackathon, so it will be huge, very serious. And the idea will be to also do basically the same thing. But those who are a bit probably afraid that, I don't know, you speak French or you are not probably very fluent in English, please don't be afraid, because the French team is there. We will be having a specific specific French-speaking teams, also French-speaking pool of mentors, French-speaking content, so don't worry about that. And please welcome to join us in this hackathon from the 6th to the 14th March. So I will just very quickly say the same thing in French. So pour ceux qui souhaitent nous continuer avec nos hackathons, vous êtes très bienvenus de nous joindre au prochain hackathon qui va avoir lieu de 6 au 14 mars autour de la Journée internationale de la femme. Et donc, l'idée, ce sera un hackathon qui sera complètement international. On a plus de 30 pays qui se joignent à nous. Donc, on va avoir beaucoup d'équipes, une compétition très intéressante, et on va avoir une sorte de part franco-française, donc du coup francophone, et donc du coup n'hésitez pas à vous joindre à nous aussi. On va avoir tout le contenu en français, on va avoir les équipes francophones et les équipes de mentors francophones. Donc bienvenue. Encore une chose dont je voulais vous parler, c'est notre podcast qui est fait par les teens, par teenagers, le podcast Teens in AI que vous allez pouvoir retrouver. On va vous donner le lien dans notre Discord et vous pouvez aussi le retrouver sur le site Teens in AI. N'hésitez pas à venir l'écouter, à aussi le partager avec vos amis. On parle là-bas, encore une fois, c'est le podcast qui est fait par les teenagers et l'idée, c'est de parler avec des professionnels dans le AI et de discuter des problématiques de la AI et de comment est-ce que ça peut servir le monde et la solution des problèmes dans le monde entier. Voilà, donc vous êtes très bienvenus. So you're very welcome to follow our podcast that's done by teens around various problematics in AI and questions in AI. So if you want to know more about it, you're very welcome to follow us. And the last thing I wanted to ask you about, that's not the announcement, that's something I want to ask you about, is to share the information about Teens in AI around you with your friends. Please share it. And also, when you, I hope that you will be posting about this experience in social media, in your, I don't know, Instagram accounts or in your other social media accounts. in Twitter probably. So please don't forget to tag us, and really would like to ask you to spread the word about Teens in AI, because the more you are there with us, the more we can teach what AI is about and how it can help to solve the world's problems. Voilà, donc juste une dernière chose que je voulais vous demander, c'est de partager le mot autour de vous sur Teens in AI, de nous taguer sur les réseaux sociaux et de faire venir vos amis, vos copains, de vous joindre au prochain hackathon. Parce que plus on est nombreux, plus on se parle la même langue, plus on sait ce qu'est l'intelligence artificielle et comment est-ce que ça peut servir pour résoudre tous les problèmes du monde entier. Voilà. Donc, quelques mots. So I will probably switch to English once again, and I will probably give a word to somebody who wants to say something in the teams and with participants. Also, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask them in the chat. I will be happy to answer them. And I will probably give the word to team 2. I see that there is Damir. Damir, would you like to say a couple of words to us about your experience in the hackathon?
Yeah, sure.
Just turn. Yeah, sorry, Damir. Can you please turn the? I can imagine that you're also watching the YouTube. Can you please just turn the sound off on your second?
Is this okay now?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay. Okay, this is my second hackathon so far from Teens in AI. I never thought that I would get a second chance to participate there with my team, Malika, Alisher, Maya. I'm so glad that I'm with them. Also, I'm very proud that from our work. I mean, we've been working for the next for the whole week for this project. Personally, I was doing the whole business part, and I think that I did good. Also, I'm very glad that our mentors and also you, Marina, helped us too. Also, I've checked other teams' projects, and I saw many incredible works. So hope that even if some teams won't win, we will see their projects in life too. This is my word.
Yeah, this is really cool. And this is actually the question I wanted to ask, sort of to probably finish our discussion. I hope it is a discussion because I feel that I'm kind of pulling the words out of you. So don't hesitate to say also. But this is the question that I wanted to ask you about is how do you see this taken forward? What would you like your project to become? How would you like to put it into the life? What is your dream?
When we've been thinking about the idea of our project, we already saw that it has a huge potential. I mean, we want to start from 3 regions, and if it will succeed, we want it to spread globally, because this app can change the world, I think, because many students don't know how to study, and if we'll have more people in our team, I think that this dream may come true.
Yeah, this is, I think also that just as we're discussing this is one of the Yelena's dreams, is to make sure that the projects are taken forward to and they're taken care of. They just don't stop there, because there is it's a good learning curve, but there is so many great ideas, and the dream is to put them into accelerators, make them kind of structure them even better because it's things are not here. You just have the first idea, and now you have to totally basically build it, and then really to make sure that it's brought to life at some point and one day. So that's really the dream, and yeah, we hope that it will be this way. It will be done this way. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Damir. Do you want to add anything else, or?
I just want to share my happiness of this event with everyone.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, and once again, amazing job. Really, really well done. Okay, so I see that there is a, oh yeah. There is, okay. So anybody else wants to share your experience? Oh, I see that Helena is back. We did a good round of discussion, and everybody shared their experiences and their feeling about this hackathon.
I hope they were positive.
Actually,
oh,
they were. Yes, yes, they were positive. And we also, I announced the future hackathons. In March, as well as the one that we will have in June. And basically, I think everybody is now kind of nervous and waiting for the results.
Amazing. So as you can imagine, it was not easy. It was very tough. It always is. And we always debate and trying to decide who the top 3 winners are. So I'm going to invite every judge to give their general feedback to all teams or any particular team. If they would like to give feedback to a specific team, you're also very welcome to do that. And then I will ask Claire to announce the 3rd prize. So Claire, perhaps I will ask you for feedback first. Peter will announce the 2nd prize. And the 1st prize will be announced by Annette, who will also have a chance to give a general summary. And Annette also has a very special recognition prize, which she will announce herself as well. So we're going to start with Claire, please.
I mean, thanks everyone. That was really amazing. I mean, like, you know, I wish my little kids, you know, they're only 2 and 3, but they will be as passionate as you when they reach your age, because I was really, really impressed and very, very proud. And thanks all, and thanks for spending the time. I know it's very challenging at the moment. You know, I think there was no teams where the judges were not impressed. We debated all the teams, and like, you know, we definitely have tips for all of you to move your idea forward. And I really hope you will, you know, continue, pursue, iterate the product. So thanks everyone. Specifically, the prize, the 3rd prize is going to Team 7. Safe Zone. You know, we were really, really impressed by your proposition, the maturity of the proposition to tackle mental health. You know, definitely one of the key points, you know, very, very important. I know you asked a question, you know, did we felt settled at school? Did we enjoy it? You know, it happens that most of the jury had, but we can see that it's one of the key area we can see in the area of work, that it's not something that we talk sufficiently about also, and that companies are starting to harness more and more to protect their employees, you know, and it need to start this conversation need to start very early, so it don't become a taboo. So you know, all our congratulations. One of the reasons also we decided it was prize 3 is because of the completeness of everything you provided, because you provided a really great presentation skills, a really great prototype. You made a video of your prototype, and you put everything on GitHub. So, you know, you completed pretty much every tick the box of the hackathon. So congratulations, a massive congratulations to Team 7.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Claire. And so now we're going to go to Peter, who will announce the 2nd prize.
Oh, yeah. So the winner of the 2nd prize, I'm just going to go straight into it and then I'll justify it later, is Team 2, Study C. And the reason that we went for this is on top of submitting everything for the hackathon and doing a very good presentation, the ethics and the ideas around data privacy were well considered, as well as a compelling design, which also focuses on broadening access for people who may not necessarily fit into the traditional categories of like those who you'd like expect to go to schools, especially like the blind and the disabled. On top of that, the technical implementation is very advanced, and special commendations for the 3D rendering going on in the geometry simulator.
Thank you. I appreciate that EU welcomed my work. I really did not sleep at night, so I'm really glad that you enjoyed it. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, judges.
And now it's whose turn? Annette's turn to reveal the first prize.
Yes, so thank you, Annette. Please do reveal the first prize and your very special innovation prize.
Yes. First of all, it was really a battle between number 2 and number 1, I have to say, Team Kazakhstan. We then in the end decided on actually the talk to the bot tool, as I was explained by the team so nicely, as the first prize. Why? Because it was also a very mature presentation and also nicely developed on the technical side, but even more so very, very rounded across all the criteria that we had to judge. So it was very well presented with a nice underlying on the technical side. But what struck us also was in particular all the ethical questions you covered. And as actually Peter put it during your presentation, it was a nice synthesis of human and PC. And for all of this, you know, we thought that you really earned the first prize. And whoever found the title Bot Tool, if I pronounce it correctly, you should definitely go into marketing. I mean, at Société Générale, we are currently merging our retail networks and we are still looking for, you know, the name of the baby. Perhaps we should ask you, but you were extremely good even on the marketing side. So congratulations to the team for number 1. I would also like to continue with a very special prize that was very dear to our heart, all 3 of us, that we would like to give to Lucien, because we learned that Lucien, of all of you, probably was the one that showed a lot of tenacity. I don't know whether you already know that word, Lucien, but you know, you were so good. When others dropped out of your team, you just went on. You were so enthusiastic about your problem solving app that we were very, very much touched by it. And that is why I'm personally going to sponsor your €100 Amazon voucher. So, you know, to really reward what you put in and also recognizing that you're so much younger than the others. So we're all 3 together with Elena, of course, very impressed by your enthusiasm. So congratulations to you personally, Lucia.
Well done. Thank you so much, judges. Well, and well done to all the young participants and the mentors.
Ah oui, peut-être, je devrais dire, je sais pas, Lucien, tu m'as compris ou est-ce qu'il faut que je dise quelques mots en français?
Pas tellement, mais...
Alors, tu auras un prix spécial de tous nos 3 parce qu'on était très, très impressionnés par... Moi, je disais tenacity. Claire, comment est-ce que je dis en français?
Oui, ténacité.
Ténacité, oui.
Ça va très bien. Et tu as fait tellement bien. Et à l'âge, je crois, de 12 ans, on était très, très impressionnés par ton enthousiasme, par ton idée qui nous a aussi touché beaucoup, beaucoup. Et c'est pour cela qu'on aimerait bien vous donner le prix d'innovation et aussi un voucher de 100 € pour Amazon. Hein?
Ah bah merci beaucoup.
Félicitations, Lucien. Et Pour l'équipe en Afrique également, Annette et moi, nous allons vous faire une introduction à la Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, comme on l'avait mentionné. Donc, bon, on verra, parce que nos contacts ne sont pas forcément directement dans l'éducation, mais en tout cas, on essaiera de vous mettre en contact pour que vous puissiez développer votre fantastique idée.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, judges. That was really brilliant, and for all the comments as well. So I wanted to once again thank all the participants, and in particular the mentors. I know some of you are here, some of you are watching this on YouTube, but without your support and your guidance, particularly the team at CyberDuck, who have taken every single team through design thinking processes, and we have really seen every team go out there speaking to the real people. So a lot of the times, with hackathons, we don't really have the chance to actually go and investigate and survey and speak to the people whose problem we're solving. And really credit to CyberDuck, Danny and Sylvain, for teaching every single team what it takes to prototype and to develop something that's needed. This is very, very important. And I have seen every single one of the teams have gone through this. And you've spoken to the real people, professors or students or teachers, which is absolutely brilliant. So thank you to all the mentors who have guided our teenagers. Many of them, it's their first time. And you have been very patient for 7 or 8 days working with them. So we're very grateful. And finally, lastly, our sponsors, Société Générale, Avanade. Without your support, we would not be doing this, because this is our launch, and we hope this will not be the last hackathon. We're already planning one in March, where France will be joining 30 other countries across the world. This will be a very big hackathon happening in lots of cities across the world and countries. And there will also be one in June with Vivatech. So that will be also one to watch and one to participate in. So we're very grateful to all the sponsors who have supported this very, very first journey into France. So I really hope many more participants from France and from Francophone countries join us. Now that we have created these incredible resources in French, they will be available to all other countries who speak French. And we already have quite a number of countries, Francophone countries, participating in March, including Tunisia, and hopefully Morocco will join, and some countries in Africa as well. So whenever we run something in a specific language, the resources will then be available to everyone else. So the speakers who have come to Inspire, a very special thank you to all of you for coming to Inspire. And we've covered topics, of ethics and inspiring journeys, pitching workshops, business models delivered by Marina herself. So all of these workshops have been so instrumental and really important for all teenagers to really understand how product development really works and innovation works. So thank you, everyone. So on this note, I think we can close, and I would like Marina to perhaps say your final words as well, because I don't even know what was happening here whilst I was with the judges, but it would be fantastic to hear.
I would like to add a few words. This is Goku here. Yeah. First of all, thank you so much for the judges. To be at a point, Bottle is the first bot for the kids. I mean, for Malice, for Sebastian, Max, and Muhammad. This is the first bot they built it with me, and then for the past 2 years, it's kind of like, for me, it's a very new experience to handle somebody like a very young, like 11 years, 12 years. So we have to break things. These are the things I learned from them. So by breaking a big problem to make a kids to understand, I think I did a good job. So I should pat myself. The reason is actually because they made my job very easy. And thanks to Sebastian, Malice, and Maxis, and Muhammad, if you guys are there, just unlock and share your experience to the other people. So please take this as an input and try to scale your product, and connect with the judges and mentors, and try to take your product to the next level. And thank you so much for the wonderful opportunity. And as I said earlier, this is my first international mentorship. I'm looking forward to connect with teams.ai. I'm really enjoy this journey. Okay, I want to be part of one of the team and try to take it forward from here. Thank you so much. Thanks.
Thank you, Goku, for your mentorship. Your team has really, really excelled, that it would not have been without you. Well done, everyone. Marina, would you like to say a few things?
Yes, I see that Shreyas is asking to repeat the prize winners, so I will just quickly do it once again. So prize number 2 is team number 7, and the prize will be €50 Amazon vouchers for each team member. Prize number 2 goes to team 2, which is the team from Kazakhstan. Yes, thanks a lot. Merci Claire. And the prize will be very special gifts and presents from L'Oreal because they are arriving and we will ship them to you. And it will be also €75 Amazon voucher per team member. And prize number 1 goes to team 1, right?
No,
was it? Sorry.
6 Bottle AI.
6, yes. Okay, yes. Sorry. So prize number 1 goes to team 6, and the team will have a chance to pitch to Claire's team, the innovation team at Société Générale, and have a discussion with them. And you will also be receiving a €100 Amazon voucher per team member. Voilà, donc on termine. Je vais juste dire un petit mot. Le moment, pendant que vous n'étiez pas là, je vais peut-être le dire en français, comme ça on change de langue. Donc, pendant que les juges, vous n'étiez pas là, on a fait un petit tour de table auprès des participants et également auprès des mentors qui ont parlé de leur expérience avec ce hackathon. Et donc, c'était génial de voir et d'apprendre que c'était très positif. C'était beaucoup des compétences, non seulement les compétences tech, qu'ils ont partagé, qu'ils avaient appris, mais également la partie présentation, donc compétences en présentation, aussi tout ce qui est la gestion du temps, le time management. C'était très important parce qu'en parallèle, il a fallu faire les devoirs, aller à l'école et tout ça. Donc, bravo pour tout ça. Et aussi, ce qui était très intéressant, c'est que les mentors parlaient du fait que c'est en fait en face il y a les teens et on pense qu'on est plus adulte et qu'on sait plus, mais en fait il suffit de les écouter et on voit qu'il y a beaucoup des idées qui sont géniales et du coup ça se termine par quelque chose de vraiment superbe, par des super projets. Voilà, donc c'est peut-être la fin et je voulais juste encore une fois remercier, je sais que Elena tu l'as fait, mais remercier encore une fois tous nos menteurs, vraiment bravo. Les mentors de Avanade parce que vous avez été super à fond sur la partie technique, c'était assez incroyable aussi. Et voilà, et donc merci beaucoup, merci à toutes les personnes qui ont fait leur présentation pendant ce hackathon, qui ont partagé leurs connaissances, leur savoir-faire, c'était vraiment précieux et merci beaucoup à nos juges d'avoir libéré plusieurs heures ce dimanche pour être là et pour écouter les pitchs des équipes. Voilà, merci beaucoup.
Fantastic. Well, we can close this call now and thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you.